Good morning, Jean, and would you like to tell us your name and your age and where you live now?
Hi, my name is Jean King. I was Jean McHenry. I live in Georgetown now. You want my age?
Please.
86. Soon to be 87.
Where did your family settle, in or near this Balnafad community? As pioneers?
As pioneers, about 1823.
Do you have any relatives still living in the area?
No, not really.
How did your family make a living after they settled here?
Farmers.
Are there still, you say there's none of your relatives around here anymore. Is the farm where you lived still being farmed? Do you know?
I believe it is. I think he has cattle. I'm not sure.
Where did your family come from before moving to this community?
Ireland. On my father's side.
Do you have any idea where in Ireland?
No, I don't. The Shortles came from Tipperary.
When you think about nationality and heritage, what would be your view of yourself? Canadian, Scottish, Irish, First Nations?
I'm Scotch-Irish.
Okay. Was this community predominantly Scottish when your family came here? Or do you know?
I think it was Scotch-Irish.
What church, if any, did your family go to?
Protestant.
So would that have been the Methodist church here or the Presbyterian?
Well, my father was Presbyterian, my mother was United. So it's a mixed bag.
Do you know about the McKay family?
I know the only McKay that I remember would be Archie and Jesse.
He's Sandy's brother.
And Sandy would have been the brother, yeah.
Did you ever hear of a First Nations village located somewhere between Fallbrook and Scottsdale?
I've heard my mother talk about it, but, it never was an important part of my life.
Do you remember her saying where it was?
Oh, I think of the old Cook Farm. She would say the old Cook Farm, which is Scottsdale now.
Are you married?
Yes.
And what family did you marry into?
I married into the King family.
Did your spouse's family live in Balnafad?
No.
If so, no, they didn't. Where did you meet your spouse?
Probably at the arena, skating.
Was there an arena here?
Yes, the arena in Georgetown.
Ah. Do you have any children?
I have one son.
And what is his age?
He's 61.
And you have grandchildren?
No grandchildren.
Are they settled in the Balnafad area or elsewhere?
No.
Where are they? Where did they settle when they left?
Oh, from Balnafad? You're talking about my family?
Yeah.
Oh, they scattered.
Do you know why they left?
Probably in the war, like, you know, they went to work for the, you know, my brother was in the army and my sister went to work in the war plant.
Which brother was in the army?
Lloyd.
Do you know of other boys of his age who went and joined the forces from Ballinafad?
Oh, there was lots of
Were
those,
there?
yeah.
What work does your son do now?
What does my son do?
Yeah.
He's an underground, works for electricity, like doing underground
Hydro.
wiring.
Okay. Ballinafad was a farming community, so do you know what kinds of farming was done here?
Most of the farming, I think, was mixed farming.
What about the businesses that were undertaken here?
Well, there wasn't a lot of businesses. There was the chopping mill and the blacksmith shop.
What can you tell us about the social life in Ballinafad?
Well, there was the church. There was the Ballinafad community, well, it was the Ballinafad Hall at that time. They had all kinds of dances and plays, and my grandfather was a violinist, and he played the fiddle for lots and lots and lots of parties. And my mother played the piano to accompany him from the time she was 9 years old. She was so talented, she just heard a song and she could play it.
And what was her name?
Agnes Shorten.
Agnes Shorten. Oh, okay, yes. And your father was?
A maker of violins too. Plus he was a framer of, you know, of barns.
We saw those violins, didn't we?
Now, when I met Donna the other day, Donna Shorten,
Yeah,
she had a picture of violins.
yeah.
Are those the ones that your grandfather made?
I was going to bring mine today, but it was raining.
Don't bring it out in the rain. So the Shortlands were really into fiddling.
Yeah. Each one of the boys, like both Richard and Matthew, both played. Both his sons played. My mother played the violin and the piano.
Yeah. And a lot of girls played piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. The church has been an important part of the community. Has the church been an important part of the community, do you feel?
Well, I've been away from here for almost 65 years, but knowing the people that live here, I know that the church is a very important part of the community. It's the center of the activities.
Overall, what do you remember as being the best part of life living here?
Well, my best part was my grandfather and grandmother lived in Ballinafad, and visiting them every summer, like, you know, was my mother sent me there to be my grandmother's legs, like you go do the jobs for her. And I had a wonderful life in Ballinafad as a child.
Tell us some of the things you did besides running for your grandmother.
Well, we do the, you know, gather the eggs and go to the store for her because the store was very close. And it was always a joke, like, you know, my grandmother and grandfather had a farm, like, you know, they had milk. And the minister always got his milk every night from the, you know, there'd be a little pail set in they had a little box and there's a little pail there, and the milk was put there every night, and the minister came. And it was always the joke with my grandfather that he was so bad that the minister had to come and visit him every day. That was always the joke with us kids.
Such a lovely story. What was the worst part?
I don't think there was any bad parts.
We didn't notice any missing entertainment like TV and radio.
No, we didn't, because we made our own fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it was never, like, you know, you never had to go outside for entertainment. Like, you know, the other thing was, like, you know, when we were kids, and, you know, when it became time to wash the supper dishes, like, you know, we'd say to Mother, go play the piano, we'll do the dishes. So, you know, we had the entertainment while we were doing the dishes.
Did any of the girls learn to play the piano like the mother?
Both my sisters played the piano. Like,
How about you?
I play on the violin, but that's, yeah, so that's, you know, we all got a violin, so
That's lovely.
part of it.
Well, I guess you answered the funny stories question.
Yeah.
Any other funny stories?
I don't think so. No. Probably come to you sometimes. But
Why do you think so many families left the community and are still leaving?
well, probably, you know, marriages and, you know, took them away. They went to other farms or, you know, probably other circumstances took them away. But they've all come back, or at least the community is a lot bigger now than it was when I was a child.
Why have so many new people come to live here?
It's the atmosphere, the nice country air.
How do they help the community, do you know? Do you know how involved they are?
I have no idea because I'm not living here.
Looking back, is there any way you can think of that you could have improved the community, or the community could have been improved?
I don't think so. It was a good life when we lived here.
Tell us what you feel you contributed to the community and how it changed or enriched your life as you look back over the years.
Well, I left here as a very young person, so probably I didn't help the community too much. But keeping connected with the community has been a great part of my life. I still, you know, come back all the time, and I think it has enriched my life because growing up on a farm, I think enriches everybody's life because you don't have the things that the kids have today to spoil them.
Yeah.
We certainly weren't spoiled.
You were spoiled with love.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jane.
You're quite welcome.